We all have those days when we need a little extra confidence boost, especially when styling around the midsection. And in today's video, I'm going to share the most effective tips for dressing in a way that makes your belly look slimmer and helps you feel more confident. But before we start, you might be thinking, wait, I don't even have a belly. Honestly, I used to think the same thing until I realized I've been quietly styling to hide my belly this whole time. I get bloated pretty often, and having your belly round out is completely normal, totally okay, and nothing to be ashamed of. This video isn't about hating our bodies. On the contrary, this is a little space for you and me to feel more comfortable in our bodies and to practice being body positive, especially in the comments. I hope you'll take away a few really useful tips so you can feel confident at any size. The first tip is to prioritize high-waisted bottoms. This is a true game changer. If you're still in the low-rise era, I just want to ask gently, what is happening? I once tried styling a pair of white pants in a low-rise way, and it didn't flatter me at all. Low-rise highlights the widest part of your body, and your belly gets pushed into the spotlight immediately. But when you wear high-waisted bottoms, everything visually lifts upward. Usually, the waist is the narrowest part of the body, so if the waistband sits in the right place, the eye naturally focuses on the waist instead of the belly. I actually don't own any true low-rise bottoms, so I had to pull my high-waisted pants down to demonstrate. And just like you'd expect, one look is enough to see it. It's not flattering, and it's not cute. The goal is to define the smallest part of the body, raise the proportions, and create the illusion of longer legs and a slimmer overall silhouette. Just remember this: high-waisted, high-waisted, and high-waisted. And if you can, choose high-waisted bottoms in structured fabrics. I'll explain that more in a moment. The second tip is choosing the right bra. It might sound unrelated, but it's actually a huge factor. A well-fitting bra that lifts your bust into the right position makes your waistline appear more defined. When the bust is lifted, the space between the bust and the hips looks longer, and the whole body appears slimmer and more balanced. A lot of people think belly concerns are only about clothing, but sometimes the foundation is your lingerie. When your undergarments fit well, the outfit looks better instantly. The third tip is choosing structured fabrics, especially for bottoms. When I shop for jeans or trousers, I prefer styles with higher cotton content instead of super stretchy fabrics. More cotton means the fabric holds its shape better, almost like a gentle shaping layer around the stomach area. Super stretchy fabrics can get loose around the midsection, making that area look softer and more noticeable. For example, jeans with a front panel or a tighter weave can look incredibly smooth once you zip them up. I also love jeans that feel structured but still comfortable, more like they hold everything in the right place rather than squeezing painfully. Simply put, structured fabric is your friend, and flimsy fabric is more like a casual acquaintance, fine to meet, but don't get too close. The next tip is to choose straight leg or wide leg silhouettes. If your goal is to make your midsection look slimmer, straight leg and wide leg styles tend to be more flattering. The reason is that skinny jeans or tight leggings can make the belly become the widest point, creating the visual effect of an upside-down triangle. Straight leg or wide leg pants create a more even line from the hips down, so the body looks more balanced and the belly gets less attention. Another tip is smart layering. Layering the right way can hide the belly beautifully while still looking polished. I love a blazer because you can throw it on and instantly create long vertical lines that make you look taller and slimmer. A cardigan works too, just make sure it falls straight down the sides of the body. What you want to avoid is layering with overly thick pieces. Chunky sweaters stacked in multiple layers can make the body look bulkier. I usually choose outer layers that are light to medium weight, but still structured so they conceal the belly without adding volume. The next tip is defining the waist. This is the biggest key. If you want the belly to look less noticeable, don't hide your entire body in oversized, shapeless clothing. Instead, make the waist the smallest point visually. There are many ways to do this. Belted dresses, A-line skirts, gently flared silhouettes, peplum tops, or any item that draws the eye to the waist and then flows outward. When an outfit has a cinched element at the waist, even if you're bloated, your midsection looks so much more flattering because the eye is guided to the right place. A really effective way to distract the eye is with prints. Prints make it harder to see exactly where the body starts and ends, so the belly gets less scrutiny. Vertical stripes, geometric prints, small florals, any print can help when you want to conceal the midsection. I once compared a solid color swimsuit to a printed one in the same cut, side by side. The printed version looked more forgiving than the solid one. And for elongation, vertical stripes or a vertical row of buttons in the front is an amazing combination because it creates a strong up and down line that makes the body look longer and slimmer. The next tip is choosing darker colors on the bottom. I'm not saying you should wear black all the time, life needs color. But on days when your belly feels extra, darker shades can be a great styling tool. Dark colors create the illusion of being smaller, especially in pants, black trousers, dark wash jeans, charcoal, navy. These tend to draw less attention to the midsection than white or light wash denim. A lazy but chic tip is wearing monochrome outfits one color from top to bottom. When your outfit is one continuous color, the eye isn't visually cut at the waist, so the silhouette looks longer and smoother. I love an all-black look, but you can also do all beige, all grey, all navy, or even all pink. On the other hand, a dark bottom with a bright white top creates a strong color break across the middle, which can sometimes emphasize the belly. Monochrome is both slimming and stylish, like you didn't even try, but you look so put together. Another tip is drawing attention upward with accessories. The goal is to keep your belly from becoming the center of the universe. Statement earrings, a chunky necklace, a beautiful scarf, anything that pulls attention toward your face and neckline helps. Styling is basically optical illusion. When you put the highlight at the top, your face, your neck, your shoulders, the belly naturally becomes quieter. Choosing the right size is also extremely important. Many people try to hide their stomach by wearing oversized clothing, but oversized pieces often remove structure and can make you look bigger. On the other hand, clothes that are too tight will reveal everything. The sweet spot is your true size. Structured, clean lines, not squeezing, not baggy. Wearing the right size is the shortcut to looking slimmer. And if you want an extra confidence boost, shapewear is totally optional. None of these tips require shapewear, but if you want everything to feel more secure, you can wear shaping shorts or even high-waisted underwear with tummy control. Some days I wear shapewear simply because it feels reassuring, not because I hate my body. It's like a little confidence insurance. Now let's talk about what to avoid. First, pleats. Pleats can look beautiful, but they can also add volume exactly where you don't want it. If the pleats are small, placed well, and the fabric drapes softly, they can still work. But if the pleats are too large, too stiff, or positioned poorly, they can make the front of the stomach look puffier. So with pleats, the key is trying them on carefully in the mirror and viewing from multiple angles. Second, shiny fabrics. Satin is especially guilty of reporting. The belly like the moment you take a breath. Satin tells the whole story. Silk can be more forgiving than satin. But in general, if your goal is to conceal the belly, matte fabrics are safer. Third, overly bulky layering, like stacking chunky sweaters, wearing thick faux fur jackets, or anything that makes the upper body and midsection look puffed. Instead of bulky layers, choose tailored coats with a clean shoulder line and a flattering drape. And finally, avoid low rise. I'm going to be blunt. Low rise is very hard to flatter if you want the belly to look slimmer. If your waist is already your strength, why would you pull everything down and put the spotlight on the belly? In summary, having a belly, bloating, and having a midsection is completely normal. There's no need to feel ashamed. Once you understand proportions, fabric structure, drape, and visual focus, your belly can disappear visually in a very effortless way. High-waisted bottoms, darker colors on the bottom, monochrome outfits, the right bra, structured fabrics, straight leg or wide leg pants, and accessories that draw the eye upward. This combo is incredibly powerful. One more important point I want to emphasize is mindset. So many of us walk into a fitting room thinking, I have to hide my belly. And that mindset can lead to heavy, uncomfortable, overly defensive clothing choices. A much better approach is, I'm going to balance the whole look. When the overall outfit looks harmonious, the belly automatically stops being the focal point. For example, if your upper body has a clear point of interest, like a beautiful neckline, a slightly brighter color, a refined print, or a statement accessory, the eye is guided there immediately. Even if your belly is a little round that day, people won't fixate on it. That's why some women look so slim, even if they aren't thin. They know how to control visual focus. Another detail many women overlook is top length. A top that's too short cuts across the belly, and a top that's too long can make the proportions look heavy and shortened. A flattering length is often around the hip or slightly below, especially with high-waisted pants. That way, the belly is covered enough while the legs still look long. It's a small detail, but it makes a big difference. For dresses, pay attention to waist placement and drape. Dresses that cling tightly all over can expose the belly, especially if the fabric is thin or shiny. On the other hand, a dress that fits nicely on top has a gentle waist definition and then falls softly or flares slightly from the waist, creates space for the midsection while still looking feminine. It's the kind of concealment that doesn't look like you're trying. It just looks naturally flattering. Also, don't ignore shoes. Shoes affect how the belly looks more than you'd think. Pointed toe shoes, a slight heel, or shoes that match your pants color can lengthen the leg line and make the whole body look taller and slimmer. When the legs look longer, the midsection automatically looks lighter. Shoes that are too chunky or have strong contrast can break the proportions and bring more attention to the belly. Posture matters too. It sounds basic, but it's very real. When you stand tall with open shoulders and a relaxed belly, you look slimmer than when you hunch and try to hide. Some days, my outfit is perfect, but if I slouch, my belly shows more. Dressing well is one thing, standing well is a skill too. And finally, please don't be too hard on your body. Your belly won't be flat every day. Some days it's flatter, some days it's rounder, some days you're bloated, some days you're tired. That's a living body, responding to food, hormones, and life. Nothing is wrong with you. Fashion is here to serve you. You are not here to chase an impossible standard. When you understand your body, your proportions, your fabrics, and how to guide the eye, concealing the belly stops being a big issue. It becomes a gentle, smart, and kind styling choice. And before I close out today's video, I just want to tell you something from the heart. Your body doesn't have to be perfect to deserve beautiful clothes. A slightly round belly, bloating, and fluctuations from day to day are completely normal. What matters is understanding your body and choosing outfits that help you feel more confident whenever you step out the door. If you found today's tips helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It's a small click, but it supports me so much and helps me create more practical, easy-to-use style content for you. And if you have any tips of your own, how you dress to feel slimmer, how you style your midsection, or simply how you've learned to love your body more, please share them in the comments. I'd love to read them and learn from you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next videos on dressing well, feeling confident, and staying comfortable at any age and any size. Thank you so much for being here, for listening, and for supporting me. I'll see you in the next video.